on each lesson from before. Yesterday we did similar sides, and before we did similar angles, they were doing sides and angles. Over here I have record thinking steps. I want you guys to listen to my thinking steps. Take notes on those. Don't take notes per se of everything I do. Just get the gist of my notes, what I'm thinking about. So as I go through this, try to follow me and see what I'm thinking. And on the bottom here, I want you to record what steps I follow in the model problem, and then what are the key things to remember. Look out for those. Remember my example. So jump right in. I'm using the green pen here, so if it's too bright, just let me know. They asked me this question here. I'll pan up a little bit. It says, what is the measure of angle K, and how do you know? So two-part question for number one. So what is the measure of angle K? So when they ask me the measure of angle K, I automatically know that I'm probably going to be using the supplemental angle bill. And I'll just name it here. I'll say use triangle degree postulate. Whenever I hear find the measure of an angle, I know they're referring to that. Postulate to find missing angle. I'll also write down, because I know that from previous lessons that similar triangles have congruent angles. In my mind, I'm thinking about, I'm going to have to use this definitely to find my missing sides. Then I'll go ahead and just do the math. So they gave me 88 degrees right here. You might can't see that, but that's 28 degrees in this other triangle. So I have 88 degrees here and 20 degrees here. And most importantly, they already told me up here that triangle XYZ is similar to triangle JKL. So I know they're similar. I'm not figuring that out. It's already given. So I know the angles must be congruent. So they gave me one angle, 88 degrees. They gave me a second angle, 28 degrees. If I add 88 and 28 together, 88 plus 28 together, I'll get 116. So I know I'm missing one angle. So I'll just do 180 minus 116. I'll get 64. So, when they asked me to what's the measure of angle K, find the measure of angle K, I just found out that it's 64 degrees, so I'll write 64 degrees. And they tell me, how do I know? I know because I use triangle degree postulate. So I'll just write triangle degree postulate. And then I'll write, one more time, similar triangles have congruent degrees. Shorthand is just fine. And step number two, they want me to find the missing sides of YZ and JL. When they say find the missing sides, based on the lesson from yesterday, number one was from 2 days ago, number two is from yesterday. From yesterday, I know I have to use proportions. Use proportions to solve for missing sides. I also remember from yesterday that the most important takeaway from proportions was to name my triangles and to name triangles correctly. So I put KTC means, well, in fact, NTC. I'll say name triangles correctly. And I'll go ahead and underline that because that's going to be my most important thing to remember when I'm naming my triangles and solving for proportions. I have to name them correctly. So step one, I found my angle. Step two, use proportions. Make that a little more clear for you guys. Name triangle correctly. So when naming these segments, name this triangle. When naming my segments, I'm gonna go ahead and go based on the order of the triangle here. I have X, Y, X, Z, I have J, K, J, L. I'm gonna solve it just like that. So I'm gonna set up to solve for YZ. To solve for YZ, it's right here. I'll set up as follows. I'll say XY over YZ equals to JK over KL. I'm naming the triangle first before I do the numbers. Very, very important. And once I name my triangle, my segments, I can go ahead and plug in the numbers and I won't get lost. So I plug in my numbers. That's like saying equals 4 over X, because my YZ is my X, and 25 over 2. Take 10 seconds to verify this is correct. If this is wrong, everything else is wrong. JK is 25, LK, 2.5, thank you. JK is 2.5, LK is 2, XY is 4, and YZ is X. So now I'm good to go. I can't make any mistakes right now because everything's set up correctly. So I use my calculator. I'll do, I might need to read it for this one. I'll do X times 2.5. I'll get 2.5X. I'll cross multiply. And then I'll do 2 times 4 equals 8. I do 8 divided by 2.4, 2.5. That will give me a X equals 3.2. So what's the value of YZ? 3.2. I use proportions to solve for missing sides. Thing to remember here is name my triangle correctly. Name it first, and everything else follows. We'll just do the last segment just to do it. We're solving for JL this time, so we're solving for JL, side JL. Going through our same steps, we'll do XY over YZ equals to JK over JL. Watch this. XY over YZ equals to JK over KL. When you name it the right way, everything just follows. So, we're plugging our numbers here. We have 4 over 6 equals 2.5 over X. 4 over 6 equals 2.5 over X. We'll cross multiply. We have 4X is equal to 6 times 2.5 equals 15. Divide by 4. 15 divided by 4. If you leave it as a fraction, that's okay. Or you can find the actual number. You have 3.75. So going back to the beginning, the objective was to solve for missing sides and angles and similar triangles. We solved for the missing angles here, the missing side here. I want you guys to take 30 seconds in the snippet to discuss what were the steps in the model problem and also what are the key things to remember when solving for missing sides and angles and similar triangles. Take 30 seconds, silent, well, turn and talk 30 seconds, go. gonna be good stuff, but it's good stuff. Back row, what you gotta do?
Yeah.
Five more seconds. If I get a volunteer for 2 points, tell me what were the steps for the model problem? Destiny, sure. Destiny. So that may be my key thing to remember. What are my steps here? That's all it is. Destiny, go ahead. Got you. And then one more. Use proportions to solve for missing sides. Missing sides. And then my other step was Naya. That might be my key thing to remember. I did proportions to solve for missing sides. I did one more thing here. The first thing I did. Destiny. Awesome. Use triangle to do things.
Will you be using that every time?
Whenever they ask for a missing side, yes. Missing angle, excuse me, yes you will. You always use that to find missing angles.
So what if you just like, if you just said, figure out your
That's fine, that's fine. And then I'll give Naya and Destiny for number 2, because the key thing to remember here was to name my segments and my triangles correctly. So name triangle correctly. Or NTC. If you will, follow me to your guided practice. We have one question over here. It says ABC is similar, I already telling you it's similar, to QPR. So what's the measure of angle B? I give you guys 30 seconds to figure it out. I don't know.